don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Ah, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had her. Wouldn't back down.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawman who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell. It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I was some bitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back suddenly. I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Stay here to keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing.
I knew those two more let me I had no choice.
Who's that?
Is he with us?
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast. Garrett and the deputies had surrounded the entire.
Fire at will! Spread out! They're coming from the rear!
I decided to help the boys out a bit. So that's just what I did.
Hey, we have one behind us! Stay on fire! Where'd he come from?
As the governor for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
Thank you too!
You're dead.
chickens with their heads cut off.
These some bitches run.
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Bad idea. Would be a turkey shoot from up there. Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drifters looking to make a few bucks. Friendly voice, yeah. Window. Door! We'll cover you! Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. They're numb, but the ones that were left twice as mad. For their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo. It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way to the back of the house. And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear.
Deader than a rat in a trap. You think you can kill?
Here's I found Billy Audrey. Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo! Grab a gun and get to the window!"
So you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were some deputized who wanted to do... Garrett's men were dropping like flies. He just kept on coming. That's when Charlie got hit. "You're catching us in a crossfire!" shouted. "Get to the other side!" I don't know how many cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling!" Billy shouted. "Get the horses and brick. I'll draw their attention." Said that it was time to cut and run. He directed that order at me. The hell do I have? But I went anyway. Dumbass that I was back then. Many would have fled in my place. But I had invincibility young men have. Like Jack here.
What do you know, man?
He's just joshing me.
He better be.
Reeves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Making my way past the castle of fallen foes.
South hired a whole regiment of hired.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these happens would pop up. Fine, I had those within my reach. And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star. Challenged him to it.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took with eyes like a rattlesnake. in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn tables. And stepped inside, and last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on, how did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
The kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid. It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after. He was with Kenny's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard him make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy gave too. First order of business was finding a firearm. Luckily, I located Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun. I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled to the rooftops to make my escape. So...
Anybody? Deep shit when Pat gets back.
The kid's the huge ruckus. Hell yeah! That scattergun double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off it. Yeah, that scattergun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly have to. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away. Anybody?
From roof to damn alley cat. I followed the planks where some of that town was up in on. Suddenly,
you were after. What did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever going to find him, I would need to love an ass out of there. I tried to be stealth, sneak my way past.
Town didn't have a moment's peace.
you! You!
Well, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of Billy.
What you down? Get out! He's in town somewhere.
See, me and the kid shared similar coloring. I was just glad I had Bob's mean ass.
Can't hide forever! Surrender yourself!
There's children here.
Stop him!
It was whizzing by my head. It was like everyone to put me in the ground. Knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have honors for those four-leggers. Smelly, sweet.
I got this! You won't get away with this!
Threatening the lives of people.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free. So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I knew if I were there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him.
I'm impregnable! He has it coming! We're gonna be in deep shit with that. The street. On yourselves. What the hell? We can take him.
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as Billy had lit out. "Hello, Bob," I said. "You better let me go. Boy, not with my shotgun." So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill. I knew I had no choice but to defend myself. Say I fought unfairly, but they weren't the ones looking him in the eye that day. Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help down the cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
So was the bastard you were after riding with the cowboy?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
This time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Ringo for old man Clanton. I came upon them robbing a stage, which wasn't surprising, being they were murderous thieves. And it's war rich, so I knew they were man. I was to help those poor bastards. Moments hackers were, and I checked the stagecoach to see passengers breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more back. Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They had Apaches all did. They were numbers from a ground lead on their hapless enemy, making you count and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own, an overwhelming enemy force. See ethic blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything damn rocks. Ringo. I knew he was with the cowboys. He and old Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to find my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of inexperience as a hunter of men. I only knew that a retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets up. Finally, they managed to go. My survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow, because there wouldn't line up with me. As I was scurrying around those, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang. I just not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Besson once told us more important to be than he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become... Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at Wildcat. My fury knew no bounds.
Shoot that running son of a bitch!
It was finally time for that old man for his sins. At the top of my lungs. Clanton! I'm here! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough to last him Kingdom Come. But I knew I could not defend and kill. I needed to get that old man off that gun. I don't know how you live. Most everyone thought it was who would come up against him in camp, but it was just me. Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon. But it was just me. Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral. A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him to their hideout at Mill.
So, what exactly did he go do to piss you off?
Well, bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. First, I needed the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get him ready.
Curly charged the old man's demise. Gunfight at the Owl. The Clantons won. So they murdered Morgan and grievously wounded his older brother.
Shoot the son of a bitch!
Wyatt went on what became as the vendetta, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, who they thought I was.
You or me? That's it for you!
Killers around every corner, all wearing red. That's how the cowboys identified each other, and I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed, and that's what drove me forward.
Send him to hell! God damn him! I'm gonna shoot you dead!
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw faster, boy. So quieter. That man was all hat and no cap.
Herb wasn't much of a match for him. Holiday might have taken him.
That lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone.
But Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, man, had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal? To that loyal friend, I had to pass by as big as a man.
Excuse me, sir. Question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man died, why didn't his son take over the cowboys?
Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot. Now, Zach.
Taking down the entire cowboy gang.
Indeed I was, Jack. So it was those boys had good cover. There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an invasion.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What?
Finally, the Bastille... Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadre off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Are you saying they ran? This was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance with the devil. You working for Wyatt Earp? Yes, Earp sent you to kill me? You can't hide forever, boy. Let's see what you got. Time to kiss your ass goodbye! I've had about it now! I didn't like it! Just gonna catch my breath! Hey, I shot this son of a bitch!
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doug killed him.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo. I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after him.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down minor gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did. I knew I needed if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant.